28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is our time. And it's a good time to say good morning to you, Grenada Carrier, Kupiti Matnik, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Thursday, the 26th day of June. 2025 is the year. Gordon Joseph is the name.
But the water running your whole night.
Yeah.
Pressure so hard the pipe it can't close tight.
It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Slightly overcast on the outside. But of course we'll get to have a comprehensive weather report. Just around the 7. So we'll know what's happening weather-wise. We'll also have the traffic report for you, a very integral part of the programming nowadays. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Pressure this bus pipe. Pressurize. Not at all. My friends up in His Majesty's prison, good morning. Always locked on. Alden Phillip, good morning. Ozzy, what's up, bro? Duck, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All the prison officers, good morning. To all the security guards, wherever you're located or stationed at this time. Security team attached to Co-op Bank. Even those that were assigned to First Caribbean before, good morning. Can't remember the names, man. But good morning to you, folks. Each and every one of you. The management and staff of Co-op Bank, good morning, good morning. Communal Cooperative Credit Union, good morning. Arise Credit Union, good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Pressurize. Blessed Messenger. I don't worry too much. Cecil Cadet and family, good morning to you, my bro. How you doing this morning? Raquel Cadet, good morning to you also. Oswald Pele Dabo. Ennis Rolanda Bola, good morning. How you doing, girl? Mr. Ian Best, good morning. Yeah. Pressurize. Alright, we've worked on a new Facebook page. I will be sharing that bit of information with you as the morning progresses so that we can get our link back up. Lauren Salim, good morning to you. The folks in Hermitage, Kalalu, good morning. Peggy Swim, the George family up there. The Thomas family. Mr. Tillman Thomas and family, good morning to you. Yeah.
Keeps me surviving. Your mercies.
The word of the day today. Let me tell you what that word is today. That word today is, I'm going to tell you momentarily. I want to get here first, though. I really want to get here.
This song is dedicated to Lucy Thomas King. Arise and thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Well, the word of the day today, that word is methodical. Methodical, M-E-T-H-O-D-I-C-A-L, methodical.
Praise the Lord, who kept you through the night unto the morning.
Who did that? Who did that? That is worthy of giving some praise, man. When you look at it, in an intrinsic kind of way, when you really put life as it's really supposed to be. There's no guarantee that you'll wake today or tomorrow, you understand? So when you wake today, man, you should be praising him.
This song
Yeah, the word of the day, methodical.
to Lucy
Methodical.
King.
METHODICAL. It means done systematically.
The Lord,
Done systematically. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence.
let's praise
She followed a methodical process to complete the project.
for everything. Thank the Lord.
She was systematic in doing it. Yeah.
Lift your voice and sing.
The folks at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, good morning. Especially those of you at the
Unto the morning,
focus desk
who make
at the Met office.
the songs of
Nonetheless, each and every one of you,
who
good morning.
flow, who make the water flow, who gets you through the challenges.
Shanti Mel, good morning. Mr. Neville Glynn, good morning. Jelani, what's up, bro? Mr. Politician. Good morning to all the politicians of the nation, man.
Salome can do it.
Ah,
It's only just a Salome can do it.
yeah.
Only Jesus alone can do it.
Trust me.
Yes, only Jesus alone can do it, baby. That's for sure, that's for sure.
If you're being met with closed doors and missed opportunities consistently, then
This song is dedicated
this one is for you.
to Lucy Thomas King.
Yeah.
Alright,
Debbie, good morning. You and the family, bro.
Lord.
We're coming in at it hard this year again, right? The members of the classic Calypso tent. Calypso Classic.
Praise the Lord.
Big launch this Saturday at La Sagesse. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic.
Everything.
Nadisha, I'm inviting you to that event, alright?
Yes. Lift your voice and sing.
Good morning to the members of the Grenada Bar Association with your leadership, President Francis K. Paul. Good morning, bro.
Unto the
Council Jerry Edwin, good morning. Anselm Clouden, George Prime,
who was the breeze to blow.
Cousin Achilles Joseph.
Water flow.
How you do, Papi? You and the family all right?
Challenges.
Nice. Daisy, good morning. Delia. All you good? All them children all right? Make sure you're nice. It's Nadisha's time, the motivational tip of the day.
Only Jesus alone.
I want to say good morning to the Sandersons as well.
It's only Jesus.
Ryan, I'm not seeing you, Papi. What's going on?
Only Jesus.
We've got to throw some support behind the RPCJ.
Yes, only
You know what that means, right?
can do.
The River and Twine Pure Cane Juice. Start the day active. Exercise or stretch in the morning. Why do you need to do that? Because physical movement energizes your body and your mind.
Thank the Lord
Yeah.
for everything.
Wish I had the opportunity, the luxury of getting up to exercise in the morning.
We gotta praise the
Then mornings, all I can do is exercise my mouth.
when trouble comes.
Got to get into that routine, that schedule of exercising on afternoons or evenings.
One thing that you need to remember. Don't
Coach,
be ashamed.
good morning.
Just call upon his name.
So that was a motivational tip of the day.
By
Start your day with physical activity.
my boy.
Exercise or stretch in the morning because physical movement energizes your body and your mind.
Only Jesus alone.
Diane Thomas and Larry Thomas out there in Moncton. Good morning, King Shy.
Jesus alone can do it.
Stalin Romaine.
Only Jesus
Maribo, good morning. The Bain family in Grand Bras.
alone can do it, baby. So lift
Vernis and Brenda. Should I say Trenda? Ricky and the guys inside of Ford. Splendid songs. Rhonda, Joe, everybody in Telescope. Morning. Susan, Antoine, and family. All you good? Nice. Errol Amigo Robertson out there in Richmond. Good morning. Good morning, Richmond, and as a whole. Nice. What's buzzing? What's buzzing? What's buzzing this morning? Alright, buzzing this morning. PM Mitchell is attending Afri-Exim Bank annual meetings in Nigeria, and he eyes stronger Africa-Caribbean ties. Egypt's UNESCO candidate Dr. El Inani pledges support for small island developing states during his Grenada visit. In the region, the U.S. Embassy in Barbados implements stricter visa screening with social media disclosure requirements. I am certain that myself and my good friend Jervis Dabrio, we warned you all about that early. We always said, be very careful, be mindful. And it's not just for visa requirements now. But even when you're going for a job, when you're being interviewed for a job, man, they usually look at your social media path, you know, your footprints in the social media.
This song is dedicated to Lucy Thomas King.
So yes, the U.S. Embassy in Barbados is implementing stricter visa screening with social media disclosure requirements. You have to put it on public, and they'll look at it for the past 5 years, so you can't be... So, you know, you can't change that, you understand? It has to show that you have a pattern that is, you know, credible, and you're not a threat. Me, I love home. I'll go there when I have to. You know what I'm saying? But there's no place like home. Internationally, Pope Leo XIV calls for firm action against abuse and reaffirms celibacy as central to church identity. In sports, Shai Hope returns. Shai Hope returns to Test cricket, ready to lead West Indies a new era. West Indies, the bowlers, that's the thing about West Indies. There's this high level of inconsistency. In the previous series that they played, Coach Sami said he blamed the bowlers. Now the bowlers were able to bowl down Australia all out for 180. And West Indies is batting 57 for 4. When will there be that level of consistency? Nonetheless, those are the buzzing stories at the moment. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather coming up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
You gotta thank the Lord.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series as West Indies takes on Australia in a fiery test match from July 3rd to 7th at the National Cricket Stadium from 10 a.m. each day. Free entry plus fun activities for children under 16 years old. Adult tickets start at just $5 per match day. Let's rally with the men in maroon. Go to windiescricket.com to secure your tickets now. West Indies is back in the spice aisle and we full of energy.
West Indies going higher, full of energy.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Thursday, June 26th, 2025. Coming up in the news, PM Mitchell attends Afri-Exim Bank annual meetings in Nigeria and eyes stronger Africa-Caribbean ties. Egypt's UNESCO candidate Dr. El Inani pledges support for small island developing states during Grenada visit. In the region, the U.S. Embassy in Barbados implements stricter visa screening with social media disclosure requirements. Internationally, Pope Leo XIV calls for firm action against abuse and reaffirms celibacy as central to church identity. In sports, Shea Hope returns to Test cricket and ready to lead West Indies' new era. We've got the details to these and more coming up after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is currently in Abuja, Nigeria, attending the 32nd annual meetings of the African Export-Import Bank, also known as Afri-Exim Bank. The event, which runs until June 27th, has brought together leaders and policymakers from Africa and the Caribbean under the theme Building the Future on Decades of Resilience. Today, Prime Minister Mitchell is expected to participate in a high-level presidential panel where he will discuss strategies to boost trade, attract investment, and accelerate the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Senator Claudia Joseph, Attorney General and Minister for Legal Affairs, Labor and Consumer Affairs, is also in attendance, taking part in a panel discussion on strengthening ties between Africa and the Caribbean. The meetings will conclude with a closed session of the annual general meeting of shareholders on June 28th. In the meantime, Prime Minister Mitchell is scheduled to return to the state on Friday, June 27th. During his absence, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, will act as Prime Minister. We'll continue to bring you updates on this important event as more information becomes available. Dr. Khalid El Inani, Egypt's candidate for UNESCO Director General, visited Grenada to reaffirm his commitment to equitable representation for small island developing states, usually referred to as SIDS. He emphasized that SIDS, despite being underrepresented, are central to global issues like climate change and ocean governance. Dr. El Nani praised Grenada's leadership on international platforms and commended Climate Ambassador Safia Asani for advocating for SIDS involvement in ocean governance. If elected, he pledged to strengthen UNESCO's support for seeds, particularly in seabed mapping and plastic pollution mitigation. Dr. Elinani's candidacy is backed by the African Union and several UNESCO Executive Board members, with the election set to take place in October. He aims to transform UNESCO into a more collaborative and responsive institution, moving beyond rhetoric to support seeds and promote inclusive leadership. The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, the GFNC, is relocating to a new office in Archibald Avenue, St. George's, to accommodate staff expansion and improve client services. The move is expected to enhance the council's operations and provide on-site parking. As a result, the Curious Little Hands in the Kitchen Children's Camp will be cancelled for 2025, but will resume next year. The council will resume full operations at the new location on July 25. The Kaiso Classic Calypso Tent is set to kick off its Calypso season with a star-studded show at the Lassages Hardcourt in St. David this Saturday. The talented cast includes reigning Calypso monarch Innocent, as well as former monarchs Rootsman Kelly and Sour Serpent, along with other popular Calypsonians such as Sheldon Douglas, Croquetta, and Top Cat. And finally, the Hachette Learning Mental Arithmetic Quiz is taking place today at the St. John's Anglican School in Guave. From 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., seven schools, including Dover Government School and St. John's Anglican, will compete in the quiz, which tests students' mental arithmetic skills. The competition consists of 4 rounds, including a power round and a Jeopardy round. The quiz has been running for 18 years with the goal of promoting mental arithmetic skills among students. The overall highest scorer will be crowned the quiz champion. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. In the region, the U.S. Embassy in Bridgetown, Barbados, has implemented stricter visa screening rules. Applicants must now disclose all social media accounts used over the past 5 years on the DS-160 form, with failure risking visa denial. Now, for certain types of visa, F, M, and J, applicants are required to set their social media privacy settings to public immediately to aid identity checks. These measures align with the U.S. State Department's broader security strategy, which includes reviewing social media content for hostile material. The policy, which has been in place since 2019, aims to identify individuals who may pose security threats. The embassy urges applicants to adhere to these updated requirements to avoid delays or denials. The enhanced screening reflects the U.S. government's ongoing efforts to bolster national security while resuming visa processing after a suspension. Looking further afield, Pope Leo XIV reaffirmed the importance of celibacy for Catholic priests and called on bishops worldwide to take decisive action against all forms of abuse, especially involving minors. Addressing around 400 bishops and cardinals from 38 countries at St. Peter's Basilica, Leo emphasized the need for church leaders to exemplify unity, humility, and pastoral care. He urged bishops to be models of simplicity, avoiding wealth and favoritism, and to serve both as fathers and brothers to their priests. Highlighting that celibacy is essential to maintaining the Church's holy and chaste image, Leo stressed that bishops must act swiftly and transparently in addressing abuse cases, respecting existing laws. This was Leo's second public statement on abuse within a week, condemning all forms of misconduct and advocating for a culture of prevention. While Pope Francis has suggested celibacy is not a dogma, Leo reaffirmed its significance as a core aspect of church identity. The federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs has officially concluded after over 6 weeks of testimony from former employees, agents, and ex-girlfriends. Of the prosecution rested after Homeland Security agent Joseph Cecilio completed cross-examination. Combs, 55, is accused of leading a criminal enterprise involved in sex trafficking and coercion, with evidence centered on freak-offs. He remains jailed in Brooklyn, deemed a community danger. Witnesses included former employees of Bad Boy Entertainment, but the most impactful testimonies came from his ex-partner Cassie Ventura and a woman known as Jane, who detailed years of sexual manipulation. The defense plans no witnesses, focusing instead on cross-examination and arguments. Closing arguments are scheduled for July 26th, and if convicted, Combs could face decades behind bars. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Cricket, lovely cricket. Stars this morning as we hear that Shai Hope, returning to Test cricket for the first time since 2021, is committed to contributing to a new chapter under Captain Roston Chase. Though not initially motivated by the prospect of returning, Hope accepted the challenge, emphasizing his pride in representing the West Indies. He has been handed the wicket-keeping gloves for the opening match against Australia, marking only his third test as keeper. Hope highlighted his dedication, aiming to give his best regardless of outcomes amid the upcoming T20 World Cup and the 2027 ODI World Cup qualifiers. His recall comes after a period of limited first-class play, but his experience remains vital. Chase praised Hope's leadership and ability to perform under pressure, noting his recent work on wicket-keeping. Hope's involvement signals a strategic effort to strengthen West Indies' Test squad, blending experience with a fresh outlook for future challenges. Also making a return to the Test squad is John Campbell, who is playing his first Test match for Windies after completing a suspension. Now, still on the Test match, West Indies fast bowler Shamar Joseph continued where he left off at the Gabba last year before Australia's pace cartel launched a late fight back on day one of the Frank Worrell Trophy Series open in Barbados. The tourists were rolled out for 180 in challenging conditions after Australian skipper Pat Cummins won the toss and chose to bat first at the Kensington Oval, with Joseph taking 4 for 46 in a scintillating performance. However, the Guyana product was bitterly unlucky not to finish with more wickets, denied by a dubious umpiring call and multiple dropped catches, with debutant Brandon King putting down 3 chances. Jaden Sills was the pick of the Windies bowlers with figures of 5 for 60. Australian vice-captain Travis Head top scored with a smash-buckling 59, while seamer Jaden Sills secured a 5-wicket haul, his third in Test, by cleaning up the tail in the evening session. In response, West Indies stumbled towards 4 for 57, still trailing by 123 runs at stumps after Australia's quick wreaked havoc late in the evening session. Mitchell Starc removed both of the West Indies openers in a damaging opening burst before Cummings and Josh Hazlewood made further inroads on the volatile deck. Of course, we will have more on that match, that ongoing test match in Barbados, during our later newscast. Grenada is gearing up to defend its title at the Windward Island School Games, scheduled for July 26th to August 3rd in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Sponsored by Canadian Banknote and Windward Islands Lotteries, these games are among the oldest school sports competitions worldwide, dating back to around 1912. The event will feature a range of sports, including track and field, netball, football, volleyball, and basketball, with 4 island teams competing. Grenada's preparations are underway to ensure a strong showing and continued success in the historic meet. The Windward Island School Games not only promote youth sports development, but also foster regional unity and healthy competition among the participating islands. This year's event promises to be exciting, highlighting young athletes' talent and sportsmanship amid a rich sporting tradition. Now, that's all the sports we've got for you at this time. We'll have more sports in our lunchtime edition and, of course, in our major newscast or primetime news at 7. Stay with us, folks. The weather forecast is up next.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Tricia Miller at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning to you and good morning to listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1014.2 millibars, which is above the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature 26.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 83%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.7 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 2.1 millimeters of rainfall were recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 64.3 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be mostly fair, windy, and slightly hazy with a few light brief showers. Winds east, northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 31 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves 6 to 8 feet in open waters. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be low around 10 a.m. and high about 4 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:35. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:45. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be mostly fair, windy, and slightly hazy with a few light, brief showers. From the Met Office, Tricia Miller.
Thank you very much, Tricia. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thank you. Same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. PM Mitchell attends Afri-Exim Bank annual meetings in Nigeria and eyes stronger Africa-Caribbean ties. Egypt's UNESCO candidate Dr. El Inani pledges support for small island developing states during Grenada's visit. In the region, U.S. Embassy in Barbados implements stricter visa screening with social media disclosure requirements. Internationally, Pope Leo XIV calls for firm action against abuse and reaffirms celibacy as central to church identity. And in sports, Shea Hope returns to Test cricket, ready to lead Windies a new era. And that has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, June 26th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening and viewing, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's Lava Man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bold, and more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals, and the August 8th finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava Man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones swoosh. GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
If you're 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50 plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, We believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Whoa, whoa. Rock the box, we say, yeah. GBN, we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
All right, folks, it's now 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. We now join Corporal Troy Paul of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners, especially our drivers this morning. It is Thursday and we bring you your traffic report or traffic update. So far, reports from all the following areas, especially our towns in Grenada. We have a light flow of traffic, and that time we would experience a light flow of traffic in most of the areas. But we know what to expect as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, starting from as early as 7:30 in most of the areas, especially in the area of Calivini onto the Jones Road, which exits onto Woodlands Public Road. And we know what to expect when we are heading to the Grandlands Public Road at this time, to expect a bit of traffic and a bit of delay at some point in time, especially as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. You're safe while driving now. There is no obstruction, no reported accident at the moment, so drivers can flow or drive freely within our roads and all its adjoining roads at the moment without any delay or obstruction. However, as I would like to tell persons, if you have not left home as yet, please do so to avoid the rush areas, especially in the areas that I have just mentioned. That will be all in terms of the traffic update for this time. However, one of the inclusions that we had is the accident state. Yesterday we saw a total of 9 reported accidents. However, today we have a total of 12 reported accidents, which was for the period of the previous 24 hours, which was the day of Wednesday. So we're seeing here an increase of 3 accidents from yesterday's reporting to today's reporting. So we're seeing here an increase in accidents. So we want to encourage drivers to drive safely and drive responsibly at the time. One of the road safety tips I would bring to persons this morning, defective tires. Regulation 29 of the road traffic regulation speaks of that. Drivers should maintain the tires in a manner that it is not smooth, it is not showing wires, it is not showing thread. This should be prioritized, and it is for your safety as well, drivers. Ensure that your tires are not smooth, they're not showing thread. Tires can blown off. If you're driving, smooth tires can have you run off the road, especially in wet, oily roads, etc. And we do not want that to happen to any of you, beloved drivers. So we want to encourage you to maintain your tires before you leave home on your journey. check your tires. Turn the steering left, turn it right. Check the back one. Sometimes your tires can be cutting on the inside, the outside. So ensure that you have make a proper check of your entire vehicle, especially your tires. You don't want to be caught when you stop by an officer and the officer tell you, driver, do you know that your tire is defective? And you want, oh. And when you check, your tires are defective, but more so it is for your safety. So we want you to check, and we want you to make sure that before you leave home, you don't have any incidents or mishap with a bad tire. And we want drivers to drive safely. I want to reiterate again. We have 12 accidents reported for the last 24 hours. And remember, at this time, we can be free to drive at our nation's road. There is no reported accident at this time. And I want us say thank you to all our cautious drivers this morning. Big up yourself. That will be all for today's traffic report. And
if you're texting,
then who's driving?
Definitely. Thank you very much, Corporal Paul, and regards go to the team at the traffic department and by extension the total RGPF. Have a great day.
You as well, and to all your listeners.
Okay, folks, that was the traffic report this morning, bringing our time to 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We take a quick commercial break, and we get into the conversation.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's Lava Man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bolder, more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals, and August 8th, finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava Man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones swoosh. GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
Well, folks, it's 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we have some time to have an open conversation this morning. As usual, as is customary this morning, I don't want to specify any topic per se. There's one that I wish that I can hear your response on, but I will not make it a directive. That new thing from the U.S. Embassy where they will be looking at your social media footprints in terms of deciding whether your visa application would be accepted or denied, whether it would be turned down or whether you'd get the visa. That's something for concern. If you want to, expound on it a bit, what are your thoughts on that? However, if there's anything else of topical concerns that you'd like to share with us this morning, this is your opportunity to do just that. Of course, you know the number. It's 435-2041. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, Innocent. How you going, darling?
I ain't going nowhere yet. I ain't finished work yet, so I ain't going,
Well, you could make a little run away,
Yes. Hey, before you go any further, I want us to say good morning to Susan on Paradise Bridge, please. Long time I ain't say good morning to Susan. Susan, good morning. You there?
Well, I want to say good morning to her too.
Yes, nice.
Right? Okay, well, let me start the ball rolling.
Nice.
I hear so much of thing going on, and many callers calling on many radio stations and exposing corruption between the NDC. And they're so brave. I wonder if it's true or false. And listening to the different topic, and I find some song true, some song in false. You know, when you have young girls in your house and they get pregnant, somebody outside will see the belly faster than the mother and father in the house.
That never happened to me yet, so I don't know.
Well, it happened to friends of mine.
Right.
So I just saying that now to call on our Prime Minister. Don't let that happen to him now. If you have your child in the house and to get pregnant, I find you the first person to know if you're really watching things. Because sometimes you don't know what in people's mind. So I just asking him kindly. I'm sure he must be listening to some of the allegations too. Just look into it and come out and let the people know. According to Isaiah Mook, the people know what is Calypso.
Right.
So let the people know if it's true. You tell them if it's false. You just ignore it. Because I find the people that pointing out the allegation, they know what they're saying. It's true. So let us look into that, please, and let the people know what is corruption and who making the corruption. And because if you really take man know easy.
You just know that?
Man know easy, boy.
You just know that?
Listen, I have a brother, he take the money and he put it in the pocket and he be crying tears. Now you take it and the man take it,
Yeah. He didn't remember.
Okay, darling.
Have a good one. Okay, bye-bye. 435-2041, that's the number. It's 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, my brother.
How are you this morning?
Well, not too bad. I find my nose stuffing, like I have a cold or something. I don't know.
You what?
I maybe have a cold. I don't know.
What make you suspect that?
The weather.
Okay. I know some people that say their nose running. I say, well, who running behind it? Talk to us.
Anyhow, good morning to Grenada, and you're doing a beautiful job.
Who, Grenada? Grenada doing a beautiful job?
You doing a beautiful job.
I try my best.
Keeping people abreast of what's taking place in. But a quick question. We need to hear a little more from the BBC. The BBC segment on Grenada a little bit too short.
Well, let me explain. You mean the length of the newscast?
Yeah.
The thing about it, BBC's international package is usually just a 6 minutes bulletin, right?
listen, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying to you, it should be a little bit longer.
Okay. We'll see what we can do. We'll see how we can work that out.
Yeah.
Anything for you. Anything for you. That is all you want? You don't want ice cream too?
Well, if I get ice cream, I'll take it. Yeah.
Well, just say you're catching the cold water with ice cream. You need some bush tea. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good one, bro. You caught me in the middle of my coffee, but have a good one. Good morning, my friend in Atlanta. How you doing? Hope you're doing fine, as always. Fine like fine wine. Good morning, welcome.
Morning, innocent, and morning on your viewers.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't know where to start, but I will start by saying that it seems as though that we really need to decolonize our minds in many different ways. Because if we're going to direct our behavior on the basis of what an imperial power could do to us individually, then it seems as though we have a far way to go. The thing about the social media and the U.S. Embassy, we should encourage our people to behave responsible, not because they have to consider whether they're going to the U.S. Embassy, but because the best way to be is to be responsible and to reflect who you are. You could do all of that and you could do all what they want or they require and they still refuse you because you look like me and you. So I think it's the people who are influencers, including you, maybe it doesn't do us justice when we tie our behavior. We normally say, even when we speak, we say for the tourists. It should never be for the tourists or even now the embassy. It should be because it's a good practice to be decent and whatever. But it's not because you hope to to be treated well for a visa. Now, coming to the whole issue of our preparation for the season, for the hurricane season, it seems as though also we need to help our people to be able to be mindful when earthquake also, because someone called me, text me a couple of days ago to say that they felt earthquake, and it seems as though, the person was concerned. I haven't heard anybody say anything since then, but there are frequent tremors and so on, and we could help our people to remain steady rather than necessarily become in panic. Similarly with hurricane, we really need to emphasize collaboration and cooperation going forward in the deeper season, because it's not going to get better. We have messed up the planet. The planet is really crying out. It's burning and also is sinking at the same time. It's drowning at the same time, which is unfortunate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go to our WhatsApp platform and entertain this call there. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning, Innocent.
Hi, morning. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm still waiting on the calypso. So many topics to sing about. The Easy King. I don't know if you're coming it yet. So you waiting on here?
The king has that privilege.
Well, last Saturday, Calypso Bar was really good. I enjoyed some of the Calypso they sing.
You like the teacher Eddie one?
I like.
You like the one teacher Eddie did?
I like all of them.
Okay.
The social commentary, it's my thing,
All right.
Because I grew up with the Shark Blows and all these guys and them.
Okay.
But instead, what to give it up this year, man?
You don't have a long wait anymore, The king will be forthcoming shortly.
Oh, the king, okay.
All right. And expect kingly material. You there with me?
Okay, I don't know. Last Sunday, I was excited about the interview with Kellen Bob with Lacko, and then everybody wanted to hear what he had to say because, we heard the Prime Minister, we didn't hear him. But yesterday, I was listening to Right Along Now, and Django Thomas gave us a twist now.
Who's that?
And then Ian Django.
Okay.
Django Thomas.
Okay.
He gave us a twist that what Lacko said to us was not the truth. Why he was fired, he knew he was fired. So if Lacko looking for sympathy, because when I listened to the interview, to me he was really looking for sympathy, and yesterday it was confirmed that his sympathy, and he know the reason why. And I think that if he want to form a party and he cannot be honest, how are we going to trust him going in the forward? You understand?
Hi.
I want to hear you, man.
Well, but you and I talking, what, me and having your glasses, or you can't hear good?
You know, maybe you have to give us a little thing on the phone now,
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Have a good one, bro.
Anyway, I always enjoy your college so, man, and I'm looking forward to you.
No, it's going to be good, man. Don't worry yourself. We safe.
You take care.
All right, God bless. Have a good one. Blessings to you, man. Yeah. Folks, it's 28 minutes after, not after, but on to 8 o'clock. Now, someone sends this via the WhatsApp platform. Good morning. Employers have been looking at applicants' social media footprints for years now because young people have been using social media to show up exactly who they are, and companies need to make sure they are not employing people who could be a liability to them. So too, any country has a right to put structures in place to safeguard its security, and social media footprints are now the best way to check. Hopefully, this forces a change in what some people post. I hope so. I really do hope so. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning to you, Doc.
How are you doing?
Quiet, how are you?
I am doing fine.
Right, have a good day. I'll tell you something. That situation with the embassy, Barbados embassy or American embassy on VC, it's a wake-up call for us. And let me tie it back to my theme. The economy. You see, why I have not traveled anywhere to make a dollar, but I'm surviving. And we should expect those things happening. Why should everybody want to go to America? Why can't we position this country's economy in a way where we can be employed here? People will have to travel for a variety of reasons. But for jobs, if we put this country in the shape where people can get jobs, this thing will not bother us, because it's not bothering me at all. And I said, this is our problem, and sad to say that our leaders are thinking too shallow. The thoughts have to be very expansive, seeing the distance, what is likely to happen, and to position this country for us to survive. So many on that situation will not be able to travel because the record is already set, right? So what would they do? Could they get a job here? How would they survive then if they can't travel? And so those are the questions we have to ask, and our leaders have to answer those questions. Yeah?
Okay.
It is time that we put this country in a state, and we can do it, to employ every single person who is seeking a job. And don't tell me we can't do it. We can do it, sir.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Have a good one, Papi. Have a good one. 26 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Want to reach out and say a very special good morning to Marcia Phillip out there in Frequente. Someone in Atlanta wants to wish you a very good day. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, the noise in the background, the noise.
I've moved away from it. I want to say, though, that the restriction that have been put on the visa in for people wanting to visit or go to America, this thing is just on the behalf of Donald Trump. I mean, and let us face it, any other government president coming to office, this thing will be removed. You see, America predicate the democracy on free speech. And it's only Donald Trump that don't want people to speak freely on their mind. And because he's in office now, there's a lot of things that he's doing that would, in other words, punish people for the position that they are taking. But I don't think that is the spirit of all Americans. And where I would say part of what is being instituted is not just for people voicing their opinion on Donald Trump and not liking him and his style of governance and all of that. But there is this issue, with the terrorist thing. If you have a tendency to be maybe not like in America, this sort of thing I think is important. Because, Innocent, if you are saying to me that I'm attacking let's say I'm making an application for a job place. Let's say Huggins, and I don't like Huggins. Huggins, all sorts of derogatory statement and half truths and falsifying all sorts of things about Huggins. Obviously, if that is on my social media page and I'm making an application to Huggins, obviously they should deny me. But if I am speaking truth, maybe to someone, a particular person, that shouldn't deny me the job. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't think that should deny me the job. If I'm criticizing the company in the sense that they are, and it is falsehood, then I could understand, because they would see it as, if you are criticizing me in that way, then why are you wanting to be employed with me? So I think this thing, we should view it holistically. Yes, there are some people who make utterances about Donald Trump, and obviously with what is happening now, they would not accommodate such person coming into the U.S. And who is America anyway? This gentleman who previously spoke about the economy thing, and I don't know why the hell he doesn't run to be the leader of a party and become eventual prime minister and institute some of the things that he has in his head. Because there is no way where we could employ everybody. Yes, he maybe work and have his pension, and his well-off, he didn't go anyway. But a lot of other people would not be able to speak like that. And Grenada would not be able to employ all of its people. Mighty America don't employ everybody. Sometimes I don't understand why we think that people who seem to be very intelligent is those people who are making those comments. Anyway, have a good morning.
Have a good one, Papi. Have a good one. Let them not raise your pressure nor your temperature. As a good friend of mine would say, your temperatio with their French. It's 22 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's Lava Man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bold, and more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals, and the August 8th finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava Man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones swoosh. GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Freedom is driven driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's lava man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bolder, more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals and the August 8th finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones swoosh. GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
It's 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. Welcome back to the conversation. We've still got some time, and if there's anything that you'd like to raise, it's strange. I'm surprised that no one raised that as yet. Some folks met me and was talking about maybe I shouldn't even mention that, because I promised to do do a thorough investigation into the allegations thereof and the response to it. It has to do something to do with the Constitution. Nonetheless, we still have some time that you can call in. Good morning to my good friend Jude Bernard. How are you doing, bro? I haven't heard from you in quite a while. What's going on? Hope all is well. I hope the fast cars are doing well, and that you and the family are doing well as well. And good morning to you, Miss Jeremiah. I hope all is well with you also. Also, Mr. Jeremiah. Hoping all is well. Well, there are so many Jeremiahs, but I'm talking of Mr. Jeremiah in the St. Paul's area. Okay, so it's 17 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Give me a call. Let's see what's happening in your neck of the woods. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, is that GBN?
Of course it is GBN, the one and only GBN.
I would like to ask Innocent a question, Mr. Joseph.
Well, he's right here.
Can I just ask him to take about 2 seconds?
You're live on the air.
Oh, yeah, I want to know if I could get 10 minutes of his time one of these mornings.
What do you want to do?
If I could get 10 minutes of his time one of these mornings, I want to talk about the hurricane and so on.
Oh, you wanted to come into the studio and talk?
Well, if I could do it, from home, I'll do it from home.
Okay, so you want about 10 minutes?
Yes, for the most.
Okay, so here what you can do, right? Right after 8 o'clock, call back the number and let's see how we can arrange that. Let's see how we can fix that. Anything with information, as especially as it relates to hurricanes, you know.
I think it's very important.
Okay, so right after 8 o'clock, give us a call back and we'll take it from there. We'll see how we can work that out, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
And how are you doing? You doing fine?
So far, so good.
Right. Keep it that way, all right?
Okay.
Have a good one, Papi. Good, nice. 15 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Good morning, teacher Carl Humphrey. All right, someone says, good morning, Innocent. Grenada has the ability. We have the soil, the spices, the fruits and vegetables, natural resources. We must unite and build our country. The revolution took just 4 years and achieved so much. Let's take a page from the revolution, okay? Even that too, for some folks, the revolution was everything, and there are some folks that the revolution is a bitter pill in the mouth. So, this thing is all opinions, all right? Someone says here, good morning, Innocent. It seems like NDC butting their foot. They have two women driving around town in a black car harassing the bushes. They have nothing to do. So we want to know who paying them and why they're doing that. Leave us alone or bite the dust with one term. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
The noise in the background.
Where's the noise? Maybe the vehicle are passing?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy that you made mention of that, because this is something that I wanted to contribute on. The issue of the Constitution and the proposed that proposed change to Grenadians when you have powers of authority where you have to swear, making the oath of allegiance.
Okay.
I don't know, and I'm not constitutional in terms of what I'm thinking. The first thing that came to my mind, if we have not broken off that thing with England in terms of the head of state, then I don't know how that is fitting. And I say I'm not totally au fait with all of those constitutionalities, but I'm saying I would have thought that the issue of our standing with the former colonial masters should have been addressed first, or maybe together, so that is either we become a republic, and then so we know for a fact that grumpy individual who they call whoever is not our head of state, and we have no one in Grenada representing that so-called kind of people and them. Whoever it is here is representing Grenada. That person herself is representing Grenada, who himself is representing Grenada. So I'm still thinking, how would it work? Should it go by itself, or should it come with this sort of thing? And I don't know whether the government can go in the parliament and change it outside of a referendum. I have always advocated innocence. That's my position. I believe the NMP messed up this thing with the changing of the Constitution. They politicized this thing to the point where people just voted against it.
Okay.
You understand?
So you one that supports constitutional reform?
I am for it totally.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of aspects in our constitution that is not relevant to us anymore.
Okay, you've spoken about the head of state being the king and so forth. What are some of the other things you'd like to see from a personal perspective that you'd like to see change in the constitution?
One of them is when you have a situation where you as a minister of government, and you could go a parliamentarian. You can go in the parliament. Well, maybe that is not constitutional. But I'm saying, as a minister of government, if you take a certain decision, how can't you? Where is the mechanism in the constitution to hold you responsible? I would just draw an example. Some years ago, there was a decision made by the cabinet of Grenada, and it was handed down to a particular minister to get rid of a certain aircraft in Grenada belonging to the state.
To get rid of a certain what?
To get rid of an aircraft.
Okay.
That was belonging to the state. The cabinet took the decision. The line minister was responsible for getting rid of it. What has happened to that? Have you heard anything? Who was held responsible and the plane disappeared? I mean, these are some of the checks I think should be placed in the Constitution to make our leaders more responsible and for what the actions. Yes, some actions that ministers take may not be able to go before the court.
Okay.
Right? But there are some actions that are clear-cut, like this one. Because the plane disappears, we get no money, and no one is held responsible. So I'm just using that example, and I hope nobody does say, well, look, I'm attacking whatever. I'm just saying These are some of the actions that a minister of government should be reprimanded for. You cannot have a situation where you have a just clear-cutting people doing what they want and getting away with it.
Okay.
The issue about after election again, I'm innocent. This is something that could clearly be installed in the Constitution, because what you find happening after every change of government, you have a settled whole sort of accusation flying left, right, and center. But we didn't have this. This was done. This wasn't done. Where is this? I mean, it is clear. Why not put that in the... And these are... If you educate our people sufficiently over a period of time, give them free constitution, make it a mandated sort of thing where even on GBN, people could be taught about those things. So when the time comes for them to vote, they would not be voting on a partisan level. They'll be voting for the constitution because whichever party goes there, they know it is right.
Okay.
They have messed it up, and I don't know if we can reach it. I think we can reach it if we take a diligent approach in terms of educating our people about the Constitution and what it means to us if we make certain changes to it. So that is what I would say. But I am somewhat iffy. I don't know. Someone could come and enlighten me. If you do that, what would it say about the head of state still remaining a representative of the Queen?
Okay.
Thank you and have a good morning.
Have a good one, bro. Have a good one. Have a good one yourself. Yeah, it is 8 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Morning, Innocent again. I meant to make a point in terms of the rumors that are running around.
Which one of the rumors?
No, well, all the rumors, I know, I shouldn't say rumors, allegations, sorry. Because you see, those who have obsession for power understand the power of misinformation, disinformation, and confusion. Indira Gandhi lost election in 1977, apart from some of the policies she have done, but mainly because some of the rumors that was spread against her, all kind of erroneous rumors. And as one commentator said at the time, rumors and allegations, they're like lightning, you know. Before too long, they're all over the place. So I would say that those who are bent on having power, for the sake of having power, will do everything to ensure. And we have to just look at other places and other individuals. Like, if you look at study Donald Trump, you would see that, I mean, whether he's in power or whether he's in office or not, he always behaves as if he's really the president. I mean, he did everything to ensure that he didn't go and sit in jail. And now we see what happening to the world. So similarly, and I think that's where I want to come. One of the things I would really chide the current government on is that the lack of any move to get people from who did wrong in the past to be accountable. This was one of the hope of people when they changed the government, so that some of those folks who blatantly, it was clear, violated principles of government and everything. I mean, there's so many stuff that could be laid against them, but it is said, well, doctors protect doctors and lawyers protect lawyers and maybe politicians protect politicians. But we need to really see examples, especially when there is evidence around. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Let's go to our WhatsApp platform and say good morning. Hi, morning.
Innocent, with your indulgence, just give me just 30 seconds. I just want to say something on also it's for edification. Innocent, can you have someone from the election board to be on your program? Because there was a gentleman, I think Mr. Pierre, was on Ride Along, and he was saying that that people who in the diaspora, Grenadian citizens, are talking about born Grenadians, we have to be home 11 months before we could register. And when I look at the Constitution, that was not true. It only goes for people from the Commonwealth. So if you could have somebody from that department to come in and explain certain things about the election, because a a lot of people getting confused.
I will endeavor to do that.
Again for the time.
I will endeavor to do that. Thank you for bringing it up. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. So how are you, sir?
I am alive and so thankful you won't believe.
Thank you very much, and give God the grace and the mercy for that.
All the time.
Every minute, every day. But Mr. Godfrey.
No. This is Innocent, not Godfrey.
Mr. Innocent.
Yes.
Due respect, sorry.
That's okay.
Right.
Godfrey is the better looking one.
But Mr. Innocent, the porcupine season open, and we have to be very careful because we had the porcupine, we had the crocodile, and we have the barracuda. And once you between that, and remember, you have a briar field behind that.
Partners, there's too many parables for me to decipher now. Speak that in English now.
Well, all right. The policy about it. Listen the propaganda and the machine. The propaganda machine. Listen them.
Okay.
Right. 2 more years to go. Remember what they did to Nazimbok and Tillman. You remember that?
Well, yes. So,
right.
So you think the season for that is open?
That's right. So you hear they call them the porcupine, the barracuda, and the alligator.
Okay.
So don't make no joke with the speaker on them.
Okay.
They go beat you out of line.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
In your honest opinion and assessment, how do you think the government has been doing for the past 3 years?
They did very well for the to the past 3 years, for the past 21 years. Look at, I will show you a scene. Look in Tong, the big ghetto in Tong. The first place to look is by the health center, the police bar quarters. Look at there. Then you go up in Fore Road and watch it. You leave there, watch the Parliament building. Come back down. Look at St. James Hotel. They watch it. Look at the drill yard. Go back down. Look at the museum and the library. And go back and look at the Governor General House and the Prime Minister House and tell me what is the 20-somebody years you've been there, what you do for that. Remember that's the time Ivan, we're talking about Ivan to know.
Okay.
You get it?
So you think the current administration is doing a good job?
They're doing a good job because them that have been there for 20-somebody years. The man who represents them for 20 much years. You hear the place I call it for you? You hear it? Watch right in Tong, by the health center where the police quarters is. Watch it. Watch it. Go up in Fore Road. Watch it. Watch the Parliament building. Look at St. James Hotel where the police was. Right? Look at the drill yard below there. Look at the museum below there. And look at the library. Then you go wrong and look at the Governor General House and look at the Prime Minister House. For over 20-somebody years, nothing to do. Tongue is a natural ghetto. And then these people running them out, these people must have some respect and look around before they really talk.
Okay.
Because the idea is you have people walking on the ground and watching what they do.
All right.
Have a good day.
Have a good one, Papi. Have a good one. Folks, it seems as though we've exhausted the time. It's like 30 seconds away from 8 o'clock, and I endeavor to give you the BBC this morning. So, all those of you who called and participated one way or the other, thank you for your calls and your participation, your continued support to the program. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again tomorrow. Those of you who called and listened from the diaspora, maybe. Let me just accommodate this final call. Let me see who's here. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph, sir. For whatever the old people meant when they made these sarcastic remarks, hey, I'm well, for whatever they meant, I think it's important that we imitate them today. Thank you very much for what it's worth, Mr. Joseph. Have a nice day, will you?
Before you run off, what does that mean? I know it's patois. What does it mean?
I don't know. I just throwing it out there. I used to hear it, and under the circumstances that they were uttered, some Johnny would a cap fit, pull his string. Have a nice day, will you?
Have a good one, caller. Have a good, never a dull moment in Grenada. Folks, that's it. That's it for the program this morning. Again, thank you very much for your calls and your participation. Just being in the audience, it means a whole lot. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do this again tomorrow. Same time, same place, same frequencies, channels, and platforms. I love you. Bye-bye.